A good review starts with a good question. The first step in the process of a systematic review is making sure we have a good question about something we do to improve health. So, what makes a good systematic review question? Well, systematic review questions are usually made up of 4 parts. 1. The population. 2. The intervention. 3. The comparator. And 4. The outcome. I'm going to explain what each of these are using this example question. Does listening to music improve sleep for people with insomnia? The population is the group of people that we focus the question on. In this example, the population is people with insomnia. The intervention is the thing that you want to test to see if it works. In the example, it's listening to music. A comparator is something we compare the intervention with. So in our example, we compare listening to music with not listening to music. And finally, we have the outcome. An outcome is something that we assess or measure to find out if the intervention being studied is having an effect. In our example, the outcome would be whether the participants' sleep improved or not. So, putting together the population, intervention, comparator, and outcome gives us the question: does listening to music improve sleep for people with insomnia compared to not listening to music? A few things to think about before you submit your question for the People's Review. 1. Make sure your question relates to a healthcare intervention. For example, a medicine or public health intervention. 2. Try to choose something that is relatable to most people. Try to avoid questions about uncommon illnesses or interventions that are difficult to access everywhere. 3. If possible, try choosing something that is not too broad or too narrow. For example, the question, "Is exercise good for you?" is very broad and would take a very long time to review. On the other hand, the question, "Does high intensity cycling reduce blood pressure in retired Olympic athletes?" is too specific. With a question too specific, we risk ending up with very few trials that we could include in our review. And finally, make sure your question is something that is interesting to you. What health question would you like to answer with the People's Review? Submit your questions now on www.thepeoplesreview.ie.